Hello everybody, it's Techstack here. Hey guys, we're back working on the mod. We've got over 100, well, exactly 126 downloads on the new version already. Still no announcement on Reddit or anything like that I've released it, so that's not too bad. I mean, for no one really knowing it's there. But as you can see here by my GitHub, and my chair won't stay where I put it today, we've got quite a few files building up here on this update we're working on, so that's pretty cool. Let me go ahead and kick off the program here and show you what I've done off stream. So we now have a dimension actually working, right? We did that last night. But in that dimension, it actually generates the bleak biome, which is new. We added a bleak biome. That's actually a thing now. The bleak biome adds all of the bleak stone, bleak dirt, etc. Hey, Fire.
Hello.
You're just in time. I'm about to demo the bleak biome here.
Nice.
It's not done by any means, but it's huge progress. In my book, it's huge progress because there was a lot of work went into doing this. So,
did you see my message?
I did. I need to process it more though.
I did kind of let a whole crap load of the stuff that's been bouncing around in my head for a while now out.
Right. So, are you watching the stream at all? I'm asking because I want to know if you can see the biome.
I'm putting it up as we speak. Just give me like 5 seconds.
So, I've got it feeling bleak in my book.
Oh wow.
So I've added.
Yeah, that's pretty bleak.
Yeah. It's.
Oh God! Please tell me those things aren't that thick there.
They're that thick here. So as I fly around, they spawn in groups of 2 to 4. I think it is. I haven't said it right now.
Oh God! Can we cut that down to like 2 to 3?
They are such an early thing that I don't worry about them right now. Like it's not. It's so early in it. They're gonna be in the air if I can do it right. They're not gonna be on the ground. They're only gonna attack you if you have XP. You know, those kind of things. There's a lot of ifs on them, and they're not gonna look this derpy either.
Right. Well, can I tell you about an unfortunate series of events if this occurs here?
Are you Lemony Snicket?
Well, you're gonna be Lemony Snicket because think about it. If you kill one of them, they're going to drop XP, which is going to go into you, which is automatically going to make the next one want to attack you.
Okay.
And so on, and so on, and so on. That's like an endless loop of death.
I'm not sure I'm opposed to this, Fire. What's your problem? Maybe we'll make all the ores drop ridiculous amounts of XP so you can't miss it, too. I don't know. Like, again, this is the tier 2 level, right? You should be decked out with good gear at this point. You're not, like, you've killed several withers to get here, right? It's not going to be easy. But, so, you can see in the biome itself, I've got the bleak stone spawning in. I've got the bleak dirt spawning in above it for several layers. I've got, you know, natural looking hills and stuff, natural for Minecraft terms, spawning, caves. This wasn't intended. This is an unintended side effect that mushrooms spawn. And did you know that mushrooms actually give off a block of light?
No, I did not.
So that mushroom right there, the light level from the block is 1. Back here it is 0. So
I actually did not know that.
So what I've done in this world is the whole world, there is no skylight at all. So there's no sun to make light. So everything is block 0. So everything when you first come in here can spawn mobs, right? There's no daylight cycle, or there shouldn't be if I did it right. Watch what happens when I put a torch down, though. Look how bright that torch looks.
Holy Jesus!
Now,
You could almost blind somebody with that thing.
That torch gives off the normal Minecraft amount of lights, but inside a biome, or inside a world, you can set up basically like a mapping between the light levels of the actual blocks. So like this is light level, so I'm looking up here, 14, 13 is full on. So basically I made it so that it doesn't really fall off until it gets out here at the very edge. So it looks like it's just this extreme contrast compared to the rest of the world.
Nice.
And seeing this makes me want to do this. Have these guys be skittish of the light. Because it's such a huge difference between like being in here. Look at the sky. And being out there.
That'd be cool.
So
you best believe I wouldn't be going to this dimension without a
crap ton of torches then, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
6 stacks of torches at least.
So like they're the things that go bump in the night here.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I was walking around just, exploring this thing, like seeing this many of them, and then getting up on this hill here and going to survival. And watching them just freak out is terrifying. Because you don't know which one's coming for you. The way they're behaving right now, they pop up in the air and it's like, oh god, he's gonna get me,
Yeah, oh man.
I love it. It's perfect. I don't even, I wanted those guys to fall from the sky, but their behavior right now is just terrifying. You don't know what to do about them. Like, there's just no reaction. Look at them. They're just swarming me until I'm dead. Oh,
okay. God. True test. Give yourself diamond armor. Give yourself a diamond sword.
I gotta enchant it all, though, too, to do it right. So I'll get myself a stack of lapis, and I'll just take whatever the random enchant is.
What do you need lapis for? It's free when you're in creative.
It doesn't cost you still?
Nothing.
Oh. Okay. I knew you didn't need the XP, but I figured you needed lapis still. What's the other thing? Arrows.
Well, an arrow.
Shield.
So long as you get lucky with your enchant.
I'll even take a shield so I can maybe block some attacks. I don't know if that'll work or not.
I doubt it.
And then enchant. I'm gonna have to make a whole enchanting setup here. Books, shelves. Okay. Okay. Protection 3. Sure, that'll do good for this. Projectile protection and unbreaking. Just protection. Thorns. I'd rather not have thorns. Breaking 3. Respiration. Protection 3. Projectile protection, sure. Breaking. Power 3 bow. Okay.
Too mad at those enchants.
Nah, they're not the best though. Like having Unbreaking 3 on the sword. I could have done a lot better than that. Same thing with projectile protection against these mobs, it's not gonna do anything. Okay, here we go. Let's get up on this, see if I can give myself a fighting chance. They're kind of hard to see too because they're dark and it's dark here. I imagine on the stream it's probably really dark looking.
Yeah, it is really, really dark.
That's something I can play with. Like, there's a base light level for everything. I can make it darker than this, but I didn't want to. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I came down off my high horse here. Oh, I didn't get food. Holy crap. It's just too many of them. But if I make it so like you can do the torch thing, pop a torch down, they don't come in it. Unless they're attacked or something. So, oh, what am I doing? I'm gonna run out of arrows. Yeah, they're gonna kill me because I can't heal now. They're too fast to hit.
Slayed by his own creation.
Oh yeah. Can I get to my stuff before they kill me? That's the question.
No.
I got it all on. Not by much, but hey. Get back to where I'm going to respawn. Get back to where I'm going to respawn. Crap. Oh, they're already after me. Okay, that's enough of that. Like I said, they need tweaked. I want them to come from the sky and things like that. But look how many are here. Jeez. I wonder what's getting like handed to me. So mushrooms can spawn because that's part of vanilla apparently. They just spawn anywhere. I had on one of my test runs, I had seen like cows and stuff here. I need to stop all that kind of stuff. Which I think I know how to do, so it shouldn't be any big deal.
So, what did you think about my idea?
So let me read it again, because it was a while ago when I read it. And I didn't all quite process when I read it. So tier 2, is it okay if I read it on stream?
Yeah, go.
Okay. Tier 2 upgrades for the dozer. Loader and continuous miner that could be... Hi, Valentine.
Hey, Valentine.
That could get put in the assembler and get a track upgrade that allows them to move like a player. As in, they turn left and right with the mouse and can move in all directions like a player. So you're saying...
I literally want them to be able to be like a player, to move like a player does. As in, like, if you get down to the ground right now, like, you can walk around in any direction, and then you can turn in any direction with your mouse. I want that with a vehicle.
But that isn't how any of the riding entities works in Minecraft. Like, even the boat, you turn it with your cursor. If I turn to my right, I can't, it doesn't move the boat. If I hit my right key, that's how it works.
I didn't say it wasn't going to be a challenge. I just said it would be cool.
Now, the only exception to that was the old way the old excavator worked, and I absolutely hated it. I like driving in it. It was horrid, really, really horrid. The controls for it were awful. So, are you sure you want it that way?
Well, I'm just saying for... I'm not talking... I just don't know what else to do for tier 2 on those things.
So what I can think of...
Other than just allowing it to break the tier 2 equivalent of the block that it normally does.
Yeah, agree. Agree on that aspect. That's probably, you know, if we were to make an upgraded bulldozer, it should break this dirt, for example, instead of just normal dirt. But I don't know that that's enough to warrant adding all the machines again. You know what I mean? Just having the upgrade. So here's what I was thinking after reading that part of your message. And don't ask me why I thought of this, but what if something like, and I'm going to use a horrible example because it doesn't make sense for a tier 2 to do this. Maybe it does for the okay. So maybe it does. So
spit it out.
What if you were to place down a continuous miner and give it fuel and walk away from it, and it sits there and mines the face for you? You know, it moves it up and down in a slow motion and moves forward continuously and just collects all of its items over time, and it just keeps driving forward.
Okay, but what happens when somebody logs off and forgets that it's running?
Assuming I've set it up to do chunk loading, and I don't know that I want to or will. But if I did, then it would just keep on going. How would
somebody be able to get out and leave it if it doesn't load chunks? Because the second you leave the chunk, it'll stop moving then.
Right. So the chunk loading thing, that's just a technical issue, right? That's not a should it do this kind of thing, kind of question. So let me get some night vision here. Do you like that concept or not? If you don't, we can kind of kill it really fast and never have to worry about it.
No, I do. It's just I'm trying to play you. You know, you always try to look at the other side of the coin for me. So,
right. And I've thought of the other side of the coin. And the other side of the coin is part of what I was trying to do with the mod was to make it so that you play the game again and not have to
right.
log out
And
let something
you
run,
can't
right?
just not right.
Yeah. Now, to combat that, we could say, okay, you put this down, it's going to run, but it's eventually going to run out of fuel, and you need to put more fuel in it. There's no way to automate the fuel delivery.
Well, that we should do anyway. I mean, God, that would be horrible.
But that's the point. Like, you need to still play the game. Right? You're going to have to get stuff out of it anyway. It's going to have a limited inventory. If you don't go visit it, it's going to run out of stuff. Right? So you might set it down, like, say,
too,
this line, run this way.
See, could you set it up that if it runs out of inventory space, it stops?
Maybe, yeah. Well, probably.
Because I was going to say, all those items dropping on the ground, people, oh man, that would be horrible bad.
Right. Yeah, I guess that makes sense to do it both ways. So if it runs out of fuel or is full, then it should stop. So it would run, this direction, get a double chest worth of stuff, stop, or run out of fuel, whichever's first. You can then, pick it up and move it around to face back this way, and then run back this way. And do the same. Run out of inventory space. So, I mean, it's a limited mining machine for Tier 2. That's the way I look at it. Now, does that apply to all the machines? I don't know that it does, right? Because you can't... There's no use in saying, okay, Bulldozer, I'm putting you down. Go run this direction now forever.
Right.
And apparently my phone thought that okay, Bulldozer was okay, Google. Because it lit up and said, can't recognize this voice. So that only works for the continuous miners, what I'm saying, and maybe for the laser miner.
Could you teach the bulldozer to strip all the dirt off of an area? Would that be a thing?
You could make it so that... Yeah, maybe. Like, if you could somehow define what the area is and tell it, run in this area.
Right.
Yeah, you might be able to do that. And I also thought about that for... Look at this guy. Freaky the way they move. I'm telling you, there's creepy things.
Hey, you spawned them.
I know. I created the things. They're half stepchilds, but
they're your own nightmares.
Yeah. I thought about doing something similar to what you're saying with the drilling rig. Like automating the drilling rig could be really cool. Like you tell it, make 5 holes wide, space them this far apart, and do them this long, and it just goes and drills that big area. And maybe even we add an inventory to the Tier 2 drilling machine so that it can pump in the explosive when it's done. And you just put it down and let it run its thing, and it blows it all up. I don't know. Would that be an easy thing for me to code? Probably not. But it would be a cool thing, and it would make sense for that being a Tier 2.
Right.
I think for the moment, I just need to finish this biome and then... Or finish this whole dimension and get it working the way I want exactly with the ores generating. Because that's the only thing that's I think is missing as far as the world generation is concerned.
Well, I only really started throwing ideas out just because you said Blue Boy was looking for work. Right. So
and appreciate it, and that's good. I just don't know that what we've got is anything that needs a new model, right? What we're talking about is using the same machines. So it's the same model, maybe a different texture on them to indicate they're Tier 2 somehow or something, but it's not a drastic change is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So that was the first part you mentioned. Then you also said they could get the ability to move their Tier 2 counterparts to what they could before, i.e. Okay, that makes sense. Breaking the crystals and all that. Continuous miner would get the ability to mine Tier 3 stuff when you get it. That makes sense as well.
Yes.
Although I would say... Maybe the laser miner is the thing that works in the Tier 4 or Tier 3 area.
Okay.
I have no clue what we would do for a Tier 3 area, by the way.
I know. It's
So-
it's so far down the road. I'm not even thinking about it yet.
Right.
I'm just covering bases.
Yeah. But for his models, he could make ones that have tracks that look like they can.
That was going
slowly
off of the
pivot.
idea. That was going off of the idea for if they had the ability to move around like a human.
Okay.
So that part can be disregarded then. And the
Elevator.
yeah, multi-block elevator driller basically. It'll what it'll do is it'll drill like a circular hole down to a set level that you set in the GUI, and while it goes down, it'll cut a too wide path all the way down for the human to get down, and then once it's done, it will turn into an elevator that you can use to bring the vehicles down to that level. So you could use it for the beginning of a mine.
I think I understand what you're saying.
But it would be a multi-block structure, so what you would do is you'd just, I don't know, lay out a pattern or something for it in the multi-block, and then just, you know, maybe either hit it with a tool or put one special block on it, and it'll instantly form or something, and then start drilling. Maybe you can even use the power source that's supposed to be getting added.
I'm not sure how to make that one work, like what you're talking about. So let me make sure I understand it first. So, let me get some stone or something. Something that's not this world stuff. Push the right buttons, Tech.
We'll just make it, I'll try to explain it easy, okay? Let's say the pattern would be an X, okay? You would draw an X on the ground.
So something like this, I drew a ring, and it would break out all of these blocks inside the ring.
Right.
All the way down to bedrock.
All the way down to whatever level you set it at in the GUI. Like when the multi-block structure forms, it you can right click on it and a GUI will open, and then in there you can designate a number value for the level that you want, the Y level that you want it to dig down to. And then once it gets there, it'll transform into an elevator that you can drive the vehicle onto, and then it'll go down to that level, and then you can drive it off.
So it needs to be a big enough hole for the machines to be in, not like a 3x3, but like a
right
10x10 or something, a huge hole.
Yes.
Oh, that looks wicked. Look what I just did.
Yeah.
That lighting on that thing, that's cool. This lighting effect is really, really neat. Look, you'd see the torch over from the distance over there. It's like a freaking spotlight or something. Okay.
If you don't like the idea, I mean, it's just an idea. I mean, this is what I do. I throw ideas out.
Well, for one, I'm not sure what the frick it should actually look like. I get what you're talking about. Maybe like a big, huge, conical drilling spiral thing that plunges down in the ground. But then if it's going to transform into an elevator later, I don't know. Maybe that just stays at the bottom. And another problem is the distance, right? And the way the entities render. It's not going to show at the bottom of the world when I look up. Like, it won't work right. If you're not looking right at it, it won't show. It's the same thing, like, I do continuous miner, for example. If I look at the front of the thing, wherever the front is.
Hey, hold on a second, Tech.
It will sometimes disappear when you just see the front. Oh, I probably set it up a little different now. My point is, if you're not looking at the bounding box, it'll disappear sometimes. They're gonna make a liar out of me there. So it disappeared there. It's there,
Yeah.
but it's not rendering. So that type of problem would be really exaggerated with something that spans from, I don't know, whatever this level is, 60, let's say, down to, say, 10. It's just not going to render at all. I don't know. Blue Boy, you out there watching the stream? What do you think of any of these ideas? Is anything giving you ideas for what to do?
Hey, to get around it disappearing, if you're not at the surface, couldn't you just make it form all the way to the bottom?
Like make its own blocks all the way to the bottom?
Yeah.
Maybe. Then you'd have a whole bunch of them rendering. I don't know how that would work.
Or just when it's done with the hole, when it's done drilling the hole, the drill disappears and supports, you know, appear where, you know, inside the hole, so that it's like holding itself up, you know, and holding the hole open. I don't know. I'll think about it some more. I'll try to refine it better.
What if it was something more like, so it's a different idea. So instead of the continuous miner being automated, what if it was something like this? One of those big spiral drills that you see in all the sci-fi type stuff, right? Right? And it's on tracks that drive it forward. And it just made a hole in the wall horizontally. You know, picking up the blocks or whatever. Maybe it places down conveyors or requires conveyors to be in it.
Well, I'm just always trying to figure out a way of making it slightly easier for people to make mines down to, you know,
I get what you're
and then also moving the vehicles out without having to break them and lose the fuel in them.
True. We did have the idea of the crane doing what you're talking about too at one point, but
yeah,
I never did that.
But that the cranes moved on to other things,
like not being in the game.
Well, currently, I mean, you're still tossing around the idea of it building blueprints. So
yeah, the tower crane thing maybe. The regular crane, no, I don't know what it'd be used for right now. So a normal crane, no. Tower crane maybe.
Hey, I gotta go eat dinner real quick. I'll
Okay.
be back like shortly.
No worries. I'm gonna see if I can get some ores going in this world while you do that.
Okay. Be back.
Okay. So it's under generate. Ooh, we can generate ores based on the biome or the dimension it's in. That's interesting. That's very interesting to me because that means I could reuse some of this code to generate my stuff. And that becomes very easy because this is already registered wherever it needs to be. So it creates a new world gem mineable. Interesting. And we've got min and max levels for it set up. So where does this get called from? It's going to be someplace that it's calling it to initialize the thing. Under init mod world gen, okay. Mod register world generator. It's the weighting of it, okay. Actually, let's just create another one then, so I can keep it super simple. We'll do mod world gen bleak, right? So we've got that one there, and we'll do under init world gens. We're gonna init this one, this new one I just created. Bleak. There we go. And under bleak, we'll open this up. We're not going to do this here. Instead, we're going to go down and break underneath all those case reference. So this is where I should have put the thing in here. So let's go to our reference class. Where is reference? There it is. And go to the bleak biome. We don't have its ID there. It's gonna be under mod biomes. Yep, there's the biome ID. So we're gonna say reference refrenc dot bleak. Gotta create it first. So those are config settings. So let's do it under here. We've got just statics, not set of finals. So public, static, init, int, bleak biome ID equals, we'll default it to 57 because I'm just pulling a number out of the air. Public, static, int, bleak, dim ID equals 57 as well, just because why not? Actually, that is probably already used in vanilla, isn't it? Crap, just realized that. Let me look up the biome IDs for vanilla. Let's first see if we've got it in the class down here. Entity, init biomes, there we go. The ID is defined. So that's down here when we're doing this. Just registering a biome, that's it, okay. There's another class somewhere then. So open call hierarchy. There it is, biomes. Oh, that's it too. Okay. That's not what I'm looking for. There's another piece. Yeah. I don't know. We'll do a quick wiki search. Can always change it later too. It's not the end of the world. Biome list. ID. Void is 127, really? Well, 57's under that, so... Okay. Reference. Leak. Gosh, did I not save the reference? Bleak biome ID. There we are. Shift O. Yes, that reference. Dimensions. Dim ID. Okay, and then under our new machine mod, world gen bleak, we can say the bleak why is it doing that? Bleak biome ID, which is actually dim ID. Why you know compile. Expression must be a constant. Great. So we can't use that. Instead, we'll use an if statement. if equals that. Let that out the case though. Okay, and then we call this. Excuse me. Oops. Somewhere in here. Got set up what we need to do. Like a that. We need to set those levels. And we need to set what this is, right? So we'll need to set up one for each one of the ores we're going to add. And then call it in here. So let's go add these as well. Kind of junk we listen to. Okay, notepad, please. Work, please. Okay. So we need to go back to mod blocks, I guess. Just trying to get a list of those blocks that we added the other day. There we are. Go into notepad. Paste it in there. Just want the ore names basically, because I can never remember what they are. Leak ore, iridium, iridium, iridonium, leak ore, magentia, put the word gen in there too. What this is going to do, this is going to drive what levels they spawn between.
I'm here.
Giving up on back, huh?
Yeah, I've used that one too much.
Sounds right.
My next name's going to be there, and then my following one will be back to Fiery. That way I can say I'm neither here nor there.
It's kind of a mouthful to say, though, when you introduce yourself. Hi, I'm neither here nor there. Nice to meet you.
Oh. Spaghetti night.
Oh, nice.
Ugh.
Some people are like, spaghetti. I'm not one of those people.
What?
No. You don't think you understood what I said. Some people are like, spaghetti, like they don't like it, right? I'm not one of those people.
Oh, okay. I was about to say
spaghetti, sure, let's go for it. And if you're not feeling like spaghetti, there's always like, okay, let's dump a little cheese in that spaghetti, spice it up, add some pepperoni. Now it's a whole new thing, right?
Right.
Why not?
If you don't want spaghetti noodles, fine. You can do mazzacholi. I usually make like big, huge pots of mazzacholi and meatballs.
No idea what that is, but okay.
Mazzacholi. They're like elongated and fatter versions of macaroni noodles. Not curved, though. Just like straight.
Do they have ridges?
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about, though. I don't think I've ever known what they're called, though.
I believe the actual name for the noodle itself is, it's either mastacholi itself or pen pasta, Penne, I believe.
Penne?
Yeah.
That's probably what I've heard it called before, because I've heard of that one. Or iridonium.
Get angry at that keyboard.
Right. Show it who's boss. Should have seen the last keyboard when I finally just deemed it as being not worthy.
Give it a proper burial, did you?
No, I was gonna just toss it in a box in the basement as a backup just in case, and my daughter's like, "Oh, can I play with that as a toy?" Sure can. Can't hurt this one, baby. Go for it. So that's what happened to it. It was a great toy for her for about a week, and I think she's lost all interest in it. I'm sure it's in her toy box somewhere, and she's forgot she's even had it.
Yeah, but you were her hero for that week because you gave it to her.
Yep. So if it's the bleak dimension, we want to run generators for those generators, blah blah blah. What's this 8 thing I got on here? Block count 8. Let's do unobtainium in a smaller block size. We'll do 4. Citronite. I don't know. These numbers are all subject to change.
Yeah, I think after you get this dimension hammered out, I think we should go back and put the rest of the polish on the stuff that we've been neglecting for a while.
Yeah, that should make the excavator work at the very least. If there's something else that you got in mind, let me know. But that's the one that's kind of bothering me in the back of my head. That, hey, that's there, but not really. So it should be fixed.
Helicopter. If not the saw blade for it,
can't.
then at least the helicopter itself we can get in.
Craft it. Yeah, that'd kind of be good, huh? Maybe we should make that into a blueprint, though. I think that's why I held off on it. Because if it's a blueprint thing, then it's a little more expensive to make, and it does let you fly.
Adding aluminum?
Maybe. How would you make it, though? We don't have any aluminum ore.
No, I'm saying adding aluminum. Ore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'd have to add an ore. Something to the overworld, or what?
Yeah. Because I swear we put aluminum in the recipe. I completely think we did.
We never added the world gen for it, though, or anything like that. I know that for a fact. There's no block for the ore. It's just the ingot.
Right.
So this needs to be a different block. So this needs to be machine.
Well, that's just because it was the last thing we were working on before you took the hiatus from it.
Right.
If I remember correctly. That and the multi-block oil rig that we were going to put in. That turned into the... I think that turned into the distillation tower, didn't it?
It turned into the wellhead, and then you take the liquid truck from the wellhead over to the distillation tower, and that's what's going to spit out the different liquids. That's why I put the liquid pipes in, and that was about as far as I got it.
Okay.
Because that was the whole reason we were putting those in is twofold. One of the fractions that it was going to make in the fractional distillation tower was bitumen, which would get turned into asphalt. Another one was going to be able to be turned into the fuel, I think, and then the third one was going to be jet fuel, and the helicopter was going to require the jet fuel.
Right.
Or kerosene, whatever. It's the same thing, my understanding. Limonite. Shane. Crimson. Machine, Azurium, Machine, Citronite, Machine, Unobtainium. Big Iridonium. Derp. There we go. Max level. Mid level first. Bleak. Lemon. CRIM. Okay. Let's make sure in the mod world gen whatever it's called mod world gen. I registered the new one. Let's debug this thing, see if I get ores in it. This should work first time through, saying that, knowing that it probably won't. Because I've already know how to make ores in specific dimensions only, and I basically just cut and paste all that code and put all the ore names in there, and told it to only run in the bleak dimension. So it should just work. We're gonna need blocks to make up the portal. So so I'll have to figure out how to make those and recreate this world here. So we get brand new world gen, for the bleak dimension at least. Because of the ores need to be generated, and I don't know where I've explored before where I haven't in the other world, because I flew around for quite a bit earlier.
Huh.
I also kind of want to fly around in the overworld, make sure that it doesn't spawn a bleak dimension somewhere in the overworld, or a bleak biome. That'll be a hard one to confirm that it doesn't do.
Yeah.
But when it spawns, it'll be very obvious, right? Like it.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to miss a giant gray area in the brightness of this world.
Well, and it's not gonna, yeah, like the blocks will be gray still, but I don't know that the world, like it's still have a sun and stuff, because that's controlled by the dimension, not the biome, if I understand it correctly. And there's like so many options in all these things. I might have my wires crossed on where it is. I think that, you know, no sun, the fog, all that stuff was. Well, the fog might be biome specific, but the other stuff wasn't. You know what? Let's do this too. Let's go spectator mode so we can fly faster. Actually, trigger world gen to occur. I might be wasting my time doing this. I might need to do this type of stuff off camera and just fly around forever.
Yeah, I think so. I'd say just throw the map, you know, throw your mod and the map and journey map on a server or on a, you know, a test world, and then just have the forward key held down or something.
Right.
And then just like step away for like an hour or so.
And then come back and look at the journey map for another 20 minutes.
Well, I didn't say it was going to be easy. It was...
I could clear my console log and then add a console statement that says this was generated when it generates a biome.
There's an ocean monument?
It was. That's why I stopped and looked to see what was that. Okay, I guess I don't need to do this on stream. I can do this off stream. Make sure there's nothing close by. I hate just giving up and then, you know, it was right there. Okay, so let's go spectator. Grab my debug stick. Right click, go to the dimension. Here we are. F3 and F3 in night vision. It's too dark to look around for a long period of time.
Surprised you don't give yourself the splash potions to quicker.
This lasts longer.
You're in spectator. I thought they had an 8-minute splash potion.
Oh, maybe they do. Not seeing any ores yet, which is kind of surprising me. Hmm.
You put them all in, right?
Thought I did.
You saved?
Wouldn't that be funny? Yeah, I can't click save, so it's saved. I mean, these ores are bright. They just stand out.
I'm saying.
Oh, that's bedrock. I've seen bedrock through the thing. I don't think there's ores. So why now? Can't keep up, blah, blah, blah. We definitely registered it. Because we've got...
Hold on, move that. Go back to the game real quick. Because I thought I just seen some unobtainium sitting right where you were. And I was wrong. I thought it was in that like that little notch you're looking at to the right now. Oh. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, right in there I thought it was, but it's not.
Hmm.
That's the same test world you've been in, right?
It's in copy, like regenerated copy.
Okay.
So it should be brand new world gen. That's what that means.
Maybe try it with a fresh one? Just in case?
I suppose I could.
I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe it just didn't work with regrow.
So that's getting called from a knit, and knit's getting called from what? FML initialization. So yeah, it's getting everything set up. The recipes are going in. Oh, I bet I know. References. Did we not use these in our mod dimension and mod biome? Okay, bleak references there. It's the biome ID. Dimension is dimension ID. World generator bleak. Come on. It gets the dimension ID. Okay, let's just run it. So I fly, it should trigger a breakpoint. But it doesn't look like it is. Okay. Call hierarchy by init. FML initialization is what this should be. Yep. Callback quick for world gen if your mod wishes to add extra mod related generation to the world. Okay, so that's from the normal one. We need to look at this one though. Open call hierarchy. Let's call it for my generate world as well. Stop. I'm not sure what's going on. Might be something in my biome or dimension, world provider, blah blah blah. Generate.
So now that I'm right here, so where should we go? We have the world at our feet. Nothing is
What?
The voices in your head keep telling you isn't true, that you should give up. No, no, no. 'Cause even if the heat wins this war, I will fight for you. And I'll go where you go, where you go.
Terrain gen. Set biomes for generation. Leaf terrain generator. Cave generator. I mean, I could just do it inside these too. Copy. See, is there an override methods thing in the source section? Source override methods.
What the voices in your head keep telling
Under biome,
you true, that
decorate.
you should give up. No, no, no.
Or is it populate?
'Cause even if the heat wins this war, I will fight for you. And I'll go where you go, where you go.
Chunk X, Y, Z. World. Random. Yeah, we don't have enough information to do a path call that from there. Huh. Is this stream even working? I'm showing a red symbol in YouTube that's not.
Yeah, I see you moving.
Okay. As long as you see me. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. There we go.
Probably your internet just having a bad hair day or something.
What's the thing? The OBS says it's fine. I think it's from Restream to YouTube.
Huh.
And now it's green, so whatever. I refreshed the page and it went green. Just want to see if this generator is getting called at all, because maybe it's something where the dimensions ID is different than what I thought it would be. If that's the case, then that's odd. Okay, so that is getting initialized. That's good to know. Or constructed, as it were. Come on. Run. Run, I say. Okay, it's getting ran. So let's do this. Control Shift I. It is 57. That is 57. So we go into it. Step out of it. Go into it. Yep. Okay, and max height's 30, min height 5, chances to spawn 15, chunk coordinates itself, the random seed, the world that we're in, the generator. Generators generate statement is us what? Okay. Wait, what? These. Or gen mineable. Oh, I bet it does that. Generate. Number of blocks. Positions. It's the block position. It's the block state that it currently is. The state is replaceable for or gen. Really? That's all I gotta do? Cool. I know what happened.
What?
Vanilla, the way it works is it generates the world solid, fills in caves, then fills in oregen, and part of the oregen process is it looks to see if each individual block is replaceable by the oregen. That way you don't end up with ores just floating in the middle of a cave, right? It doesn't replace air, for example. It only replaces stone.
Right.
So I need to set my blocks up for bleak stone to be replaceable by world gen.
Okay. Well, that would make sense.
It does when you put it all that way. Without that, though, you just sit there and stare at it. And I'm running into something similar on lots of this stuff. Like, it wouldn't generate any caves at first because it wouldn't replace my bleak stone with air for the cave, because it was specifically calling out, is this stone? So I had to figure out, okay, how do I let it do it for anything? So I'm going to override this method, basically, is what I need to do. Bleak stone. Bleak stone. That's drilled stone. League stone. Okay, now I'm gonna go back one level actually. I want to see stone. Just regular old stone, come on. Really, it doesn't place it. So it uses some other method. Target.apply state. Huh.
What is it?
The mailman. Was my daughter.
Oh.
She wanted to know if I wanted my coffee cup washed because it's her dish night. I'm like, nope. Don't ever wash that thing. You laugh as if I'm joking.
Oh, I totally get it. You're putting in there something that's so scalding hot, it's gonna kill any of the germs in at least the main part of the cup.
Well, yeah, I'm not. It's not the worry part of it. It's nobody really gets that. You know, when you leave a coffee cup, you know, and you don't clean it out, it tends to keep a little bit of coffee flavor in there, and it enhances the next cup that you put in there.
It also leaves a little bit of your spittle on the surface. for bacteria to grow on. But if it's really hot coffee, as soon as you take a drink, it kills it all.
Yeah, I do drink mine hot. Really, really hot.
Like my drink here. This is my coffee. This clear coffee right here.
Yeah.
I use the same glass all day long, so I'm in the same boat. I don't wash it all day. I'll come tomorrow. I'll get a clean one. Let's take it slow. Oh, it's paused. So if what I was saying was correct about how it functions, and I know that is how it works, but if that was the problem, then we should fix it here. And also, everything was working exactly as it was supposed to before. It's just I forgot about that it only does stone. Okay, so let's go somewhere new. Very quickly. I can already see ores, I think. But let's make sure we're somewhere new here. And stop. Well, that's not pleasant. That's not supposed to be here, Fiery.
Ah! What the Sam Hecky?
Fix one thing, break 12 others. There's their ores. Spawning way too frequently. And look, there's vanilla gold. There's a way to fix it. I already got it. I already got it coded in my head, just need to type it into the thing. I do not have it coded in my head right, apparently, though. Crap. This dot ore block. Oh, it's setting the state. It doesn't tell you what it is. Dang. This dot predicate. What the frick is a predicate? That doesn't ever get set.
You couldn't just put in a generic allow vanilla or no?
Well, that's kind of what I need to do. Frick. I think I get what's going on. So that's the state that we're trying to overwrite it with. It's not null and it equals stone. Hey AU gamer. Generic target for the block the gen is looking for. Standards define stone for the overworld, or another act for the nether. The current state. But nothing about what it's trying to be replaced with. One step forward, one step back. Wait a second, maybe I can the biome itself. Oh. And the train gen? A tip adds trailers to the type tractor to take the wheat and harvester picks up from a peak and farm cylinders to 17 for ideas. A tip adds trailers to the type tractors to take the wheat that the harvester picks up from. Oh, I think I see what you're saying. Like a wagon behind the tractor. We talked about that at one time, but we never did it. Oh, I gotta figure out how to get rid of vanilla stone generation and ore generation in my dimension. Other than that, it's working. I definitely don't want vanilla ores here, and I really, really don't want the ugly stones here.
Yeah, I'm actually Googling for you.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
What helps me Google for it is putting the words Minecraft Forge in front of whatever I'm Googling for. Because then it's the Forge way of doing it.
Here, this looks pretty close. What did I get to do?
Now my beautiful night vision. Okay,
I sent you a link.
I've already
Check
got it out. That's how to add world gen.
Right, but towards the bottom he starts talking about how to put it in a new in a new dimension.
And I've got that working. It's just
But I haven't kept going though, so I don't know if he adds in. Well, how do you keep others from?
he does not.
Hang it. All right, I'll keep looking.
Thank you, man.
No problem.
You're welcome. Or thank you, Fiery, too. I stalked it's true. He says he really likes the mod note. I guess as like a
Yeah,
billion.
I see that.
It's still under progress, as you can see on the screen right now. We're working on some other features that will be hopefully pretty cool.
Are you being so mysterious about it? We're adding another dimension.
Jeez, Fiery. Why don't you just blab it all out? No, it is pretty obvious.
Okay, anybody who has watched the stream for more than like 2 or 3 streams knows that there's another dimension coming.
If they've watched recently, yes. That vanilla origin.
I'm working on it. I can only read so fast.
Yeah, same here. That's not gonna.
And of course, my Google thinks I'm trying to look for a mod, so it's throwing every mod in the freaking book up at me. It's like, no, I want to do this for a mod.
Right, that's why I always put Minecraft Forge and then remove vanilla or origin. That's what's wrong. Origin.
Did I help you inadvertently again?
Yes, by making me type what I was actually searching for, probably. Changing all vanilla decorate methods in custom origin. There we go.
You're welcome.
I'm not saying it has the answer, but it's leading me in the right direction. It's in the chunk provider, which I believe is now world provider, which is this. Without making tons of other classes. We need to override something then, so it probably has to happen. So if I go to world provider, and there's gonna be a decorate in here? No.
It would be cool though if you had a trailer for the tractor.
Yeah.
And then like code it up so that when it gets near a full harvester, it just transfers inventory or something.
Just use the unload thing we added for the Harvester. Push the button, drive up to the tractor, and push the button, and the tractor picks them up and goes. And it makes more sense now that we've got the tractor having a bigger inventory too.
Right.
I'm not seeing what I'm looking for. There's nothing about decorate in here, so he's saying chunk provider, so maybe it's chunk generator then.
Yeah, on the note of the harvester, I don't know about you, but it still feels like it should have more room. Really.
You think?
I mean, we can barely make it down halfway down one of the lines before it's full.
That's because we have huge farms too, right? It's nothing
Well, not really. I mean, I've made bigger farms than that in vanilla. Like, I remember one vanilla world I made before I met you guys. It was so long, the field, you literally could not see the other end of it, or at least I couldn't with the view distance that I had.
Yeah. Huh. Really? This stinks.
Hmm.
Oh, look at. No, it's not there.
Back to Google.
Thank you for pretending to know, Nate. You're not the first one. I'm sure you're not the last one. You got a lot of things in that, I think, things. Okay, then. Oh, really? Wait, is this like I think it is then? This is the chunk generator. How do I do what? This dot die, right? No. The text? I type it. I'm not sure I follow what you're saying. Not, it's just implementing a chunk generator. So this guy's actually trying to generate dorite in his world. Like he added it to it. How do I know that stuff? I learned it. You know, if you spoke English better, then I could understand you the first time. You don't need to call me names. Knock it off. This is your only warning. Like I don't have time for it. I'm trying to do something. Okay, glad you know English. You know English better than English. Okay. Here, let me just, there, done.
Got him.
Thank you.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah, I was logging in to do it.
When I heard you talking to him, I was like, oh, I better just get over there.
Yeah. It's weird. All the messages disappeared from the thing I used too. I didn't think it would.
Right, because I banned them permanently.
Gotcha.
That's what happens when it bans you permanently. It deletes all of them.
Right, but I didn't think it would go back and update my program. I thought it would just stay there. Well, that's cool. Well, that isn't any good example, basically. So let's try this again. Everything's about how to add ores, not remove them. Minecraft, forge, remove vanilla ore. Removing vanilla ores, modder support.
How much you want to bet it's the same one I'm about to send you?
The one talking about removing it from subscribing by subscribing to an event. That is different. I tend to avoid Reddit. I'm looking for coding examples and how to do things code-wise. It doesn't usually help.
I'll give you the cliff notes.
That won't do it. I looked at it already.
Okay.
It's not forge stuff. This event handler is what I need to get into. I just need to find the right event. Assuming the event handler has an option for the dimension you're in, I should be able to do it. World, Minecraft, Forge, Common, Events, there we go. World. Jeez, what is it? There's an Origin event.
You know, one thing I wish YouTube would add that Twitch has is like in the chat room for Twitch, there's next to the people's names, there's a ban button and a timeout button. I wish they would put that in YouTube, because like it would be so much better than having to right click on or click on the thing and then put user and whatever. It takes it from 2 clicks to 1 click,
Okay. Well, what I don't get is like this thing has, like, I can click there and it said block user. I did that and I thought it would work, but then he sent one more message, so that's why I was like, okay, I'll just get in Twitch. But maybe it was a timing thing too. I hadn't gone
Yeah.
through. Gosh, which event is this in? Terrain gen, maybe? That makes sense. Origin events. This is fired when an event involving or generation occurs, if a
What?
method utilizes this as its parameter, method will receive every child event of this class. Contains the world the event is occurring in. That should give me the dimension. Contains an instance of the random that it can be used to an event. Contains the coordinates of the chunk position currently being populating the ores. But it doesn't contain what the ore is. Dang it! Seriously? Generate mineable is fired when the mineable block is generated in a chunk. Okay, so it's got a type. Okay, this might be it. Extends an ore gen event. So let's subscribe to this event. Or see if I can subscribe to this event. So events. And subscribe. Event. Public. Void. I can call this whatever the frick I want. On mineable. Generate event. Generable event. Terminate sure. Event dot type. Get type. Equals. I don't think so far, but maybe it's when I click that button twice, trying to do it originally.
Could be. I'll fix it.
Okay, so I can do generate model.event type. Is it andesite? And event dot set canceled. True. Else if it's not andesite, then it's coal. It's gonna take a while. Go through all these. This is only gonna do the vanilla stuff too, that's what sucks. What's custom give us? Let's look at that one a little bit more. There is no state of what it actually is generating to. Let's not use custom because I'm assuming that'll override my own then. Diamond. Dorite. Dirt's okay. Maybe. Yeah, let's leave dirt because I override what the dirt it's placing anyway. Not emerald, not gold, not granite. Well, the gravel's kind of fitting for that dimension. It's not any harm. Grapple. Iron's next. Oh, yeah, that'd be much easier, Tech. Let's do it that way. Fit is not equal to custom. Cancel it. There, that covers them all with online. Oh, and we also need to make sure it's the right world type. So event dot get world dot get dimension. No. Let me look where else I put the dimension piece in. So that was over here. We're checking the provider. Get world. Get provider. Here we go. Maybe add another one of these. Boom. So if it's the bleak dimension, it looks to make sure that it's only custom, otherwise it cancels the event. At least that's the idea. Hopefully this doesn't disable ore generation in the overworld, which is what I almost did when I didn't put that line in there to check to see if it was bleak. Because I don't have a way to go back to the overworld mitzvah. I have to create a brand new world, make sure ore is generating, and then go to the bleak dimension from there. Oh crap, it's 9:45 already. Didn't realize it's that late.
No, time flies when you're having fun.
I guess. Let's just recreate this again. It'll be the copy of the copy of. Okay. So F3 in. Let's do that night vision trick. You're right, there is a splash push in this 9 minutes or 8 minutes. I can see ores in the overworld. Looks like all of them. So let's get that custom item. Debug. So this thing I'm using the debug thing to get there is obviously not how we're gonna do it in the real scenario. Especially since how it puts you underground sometimes. In this case, severely underground. Which I guess.
Well, you did start how far below ground. I mean,
Right. I think I set it up so it teleports you to the exact same coordinates. It just changes your dimension. Well, it didn't work at all. Right there's dirt. Right there's whatever that is, coal, granite, dorite. Didn't work at all.
did you save?
You're gonna ask that every time I do anything,
Yes,
aren't you?
I am.
Sorry. It's a good question, though. It really is. Let's make sure it's even running. It's not that I did something else wrong somewhere. Ooh, it's not. Is it going faster? So I'm sure that I've generated a new train, and I have to have by now.
I can still see dirt and other stuff.
Generate ores is calling it in default terrain gen. Oh, it's using the result. Okay. event. Lowercase, not uppercase, please. Dot set result. There we go. Save it. There we go. I don't think that's going to have an impact on it, though. That's the sad thing. It didn't. Like, there's nothing else I should have to do for this to work. What's the origin of that? It just has generate. That's it. So there's nothing to override, there's nothing to implement. There's just one thing to implement. Cool, that's the same thing I'm doing. Static. Dang it. That's what's wrong. No? No. Okay, how are we registering it then? So mod machine. Registering a new invite handler. Ah, different bus, really? Let's try that. That's probably not gonna work, or I'll have to move it out to its own class, which I can do, but trying to shortcut something. Even though I probably shouldn't be. I'm trying to. For the sake of trying to get it done in the next 5 minutes. What the people are saying is making sense to me, so on the forum post, this ore generation bus instead of the event bus, I don't know why they have it as its own object, but they do. That would make sense why it's not getting called, so.
Well, it's all Greek to me.
It's kinda to me too, until I understand it the first time.
Yeah, well, you actually have a chance of understanding it. Me, it's just like one of those moments, you know?
When I first looked at it, the fire, it was dur, 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 dur. It was bad. I've just had it explained to me through like Paul Mars videos and stuff. Okay, so we've got vanilla world gen. We got vanilla world gen in the overworld. Let's give myself night vision. Boom. There we go. F3 and
Hey, you're not underground this time.
yeah. I came up out of the ground to. Okay, there's my world gen. That's all mine.
So far, so good.
So far, very good. What I'm concerned is there's no option that says what the exact block we're trying to generate is. So that means another mod could try and stick its nose in this dimensions business. You know what I'm saying? And generate
I
its
wish there
source.
was a way you could just throw a block in it, you know, and be like, no other or gen but.
Right. That's what I've done. I said no other origin except for custom, which is probably every mod. Right, because they'd all be custom, right? So I don't see anything vanilla, and it was everywhere before. I think we've got it. I think looking through this, we've got a ton of cleanup to do to make it spawn right at the right levels, at the right frequencies. Although, right, looking through this, it's not too prevalent here. You know, each one of the ores, like right now, they're all spawning between 5 and 35, and one's like 5 to 10. We need to spread them out through the whole world. That'll probably help a lot too, because when I go down to the bottom, they're just freaking everywhere. There's something everywhere. Like right here. Green, yellow, orange, pink, blue, all in the same little area right here, because I'm low enough.
Yeah.
So... but that's simple enough. I mean, I made that into where maybe that's what we can do next time, or I can do it off stream. I've put it over here in my reference file. It's literally just numbers. I just type the right numbers in, whatever I want it to be. It sets the min and max level they can spawn at.
Kind of like the custom world generator in Minecraft, where you can designate the Y level and everything.
Yep. So I'm at Y level 8 here, so we should be able to get up some what's it called? Unobtainium.
Well, now what it is we need to figure out which ore are they going to need first and put that more towards the surface. And
only if you want to be nice.
well, somebody's got to play the good cop. You're always playing the bad cop, so
I suppose. We've also got lava generating here. I don't know if that's good or bad. Just don't know. Looks like we got some possible unobtainium right there underneath the lava. Let's see. Can't really look at it though. Oh, yeah, unobtainable. Yeah, good. So it is generating.
Yeah, that would be the one that would be hard to find.
Yeah, underneath the lava. It's just because I made it only go to Y10, so it's down there really far. Like, right now I'm at 11, so that'd be the first level there that I could spawn at. Where my feet are. I also made it spawn in smaller chunks too.
Like diamonds.
Yeah. So anyway, what I was saying was I can set that all up in the configuration files. Because the mod does have configuration files. It's just most of it kind of got blown out of the water when it went through this last go around. Because the recipes have all changed how recipes are done, so the code doesn't check to see if that item is enabled or not anymore. And it used to.
Right.
So configuration handler. So yeah, I can add all this stuff into the configuration handler, and then we can edit the configuration for the world gen right in the text file. You know, if a server admin says, "Oh, you don't spawn this one enough," they just change the configs, and bam, it's better.
Right.
So we can set that up next time or off stream, like I said. So anyway, I'm already getting messages from the wife about, "Are you coming to bed?" and getting the kids ready for bed. So I gotta get out of here, guys. See you. Have a good night.
Yeah.